Hi there, it's Becky Raisler. I have Becky's Journals on Instagram and on YouTube. And I also have a dog that needs her toenails clipped because she makes clicky noises when she walks on this hardwood floor in here. You can also visit me on Facebook at Rebecca Raisler, Roesler. You can follow me there. I make daily posts on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm trying to do a weekly post on YouTube at Becky's Journals. And this week you're getting a bonus post because I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on now that I've got the paper dyeing project out of the way. I'm going to go back into paper dyeing and do some blue and purple this week. But right now I want to show you, I've got two journals that are almost done. They're both Reader's Digest journals, and they both have, they were made with the original book block. I took it out and then I used a lot of the pages from the original book. And I've been working on this, putting in pockets and decorations, and I've got this one and this one to the point where I've got all the pockets and belly bands and things in, of the interactive elements in, and then I'm filling all the pockets, and then I'll go back and I'll decorate all the stuff that goes into the pockets, and I'll finish doing the pages. So that is where I'm at. These two, I'll probably finish both of these. Excuse me, I'm a little choked up. I'll probably finish both of these journals by next week. If you want to put your dibs in for one of these journals, that will be complete. If you're one of these strikes your fancy, just leave a comment that you're interested in putting a hold on one of these journals for you. Leave a comment in the I can't think twice here. Just leave me a comment on this video, and then contact me on Facebook or by direct message or Instagram. So Facebook is it's Rebecca Raisler, Roesler, and Instagram is Becky's Journal. So you can direct message me on any one of those places if you're interested in any one of these books. I'll need your mailing address so I can give you a total on them, but both of these, I'm having a good time working on both these, so I'm not in any hurry to finish them up, but I probably will. I just got the green ribbon in that I'm going to use to tie this one, and I haven't found, I've got true white lace on top of this one, and I haven't found anything that's truly white. I may end up just tying it with lace. But this is what I wanted to show you right now. Once I finish up those other two, I've got 3 new journals that I just finished making that I'm going to show you today. And this is what's called a naked journal. In the journaling community, we have fully embellished journals and we have naked journals. And this is how I'm doing. Now these 3 journals, I've got the pages, the signatures made and sewn in with 2 signatures. And I'm making these these Reader's Digest journals all the same as far as size and everything. But there's one thing I'm going to show you. I've got some things saved here to put in here. I'm going through and gluing illustrations from the original book. You see, I've got the table of contents in here. But I'll flip through this, but I wanted to show you something about sizing your pages and your signatures. So when you make the cover first and then you make the signatures to fit inside the cover, unless you want a journal where everything will stick out. But if you want to make it where you sew your signatures in and nothing's going to stick out, and the top and the bottom, everything, where you can't put it on a bookcase, if you want to keep that from happening, or what I've seen a lot of people do is once they've got their signatures made, then they trim off the excess. I don't do that anymore. That's how I learned to do it when I first started doing journals, but I don't anymore. When I make my signatures, I make them a half an inch shorter this way and this way. So when I put my signatures in, there'll be a half an inch space right here once you sew it in, and there'll be a quarter of an inch at the top and about a quarter of an inch at the bottom. And that way it'll all close up, and no matter whatever stuff you put in there, it will fit and not overlap, and you won't be having to deal with this stuff sticking out or have to try to trim things off, to make the signature fit. But anyway, if you just cut all your papers and all your pages to a single size, and what I do is, and for those of you who like small and large and all different sizes, all you do is just have a maximum length and a maximum width on your page. And so if I want my page to be, in this case, I believe it's 5 1/4 inches wide, or the 10 1/2 inches for the unfolded page, but a folded page 5 1/4 inches wide. Well, I just say, okay, this it can be no more than 10 1/2 inches full length unfolded, and it can't be any more than, in this case, this is 7 3/4, so I don't want it any wider or taller than 7 1/4. So the maximum height is going to be 7 1/4. Maximum width is going to be 10 1/4 for a double page. And that's how you keep everything where it'll fit inside your book. And you won't be going, now what do I do? And as far as the number of signatures and the number of pages in each signature, that is a question that I get constantly. These journals have 12. These are made, I'm going to be making these for more writing journals, so I put 12 pages in each signature, and I have 2 signatures. So 12 times 2 is 24 full unfolded pages. 24 times 4 gives me 96 individual page sides. So like you were counting pages in a book, it would be 1, 2, 3, and so on. So 96 individual book pages is what ends up in this. And if you haven't watched one of my tutorials where I show you how I measure everything, I give myself about 3/4 of an inch per signature minimum, because I like to put a lot of stuff in my journals. And these, I'm going to make them more for a lot of writing space, and not a lot of bulky decorations. I'll put some pockets, throughout it, and belly bands and other interactive embellishments, but I won't do a lot of bulky decorations in it. So the next person who works in it can choose whether they want to write in it or do a combination of writing and decorating, or however they want to do it. So let me flip through and show you how this looks when it's totally new, when it's totally just made. And all of these 3 are decorated on the front already, because I plan to, I don't usually do the front decoration until I finish doing the inside that I'm going to do to it. But I did in this case because I just couldn't help myself. I had to. I found some stuff that I wanted to use. This is an embroidery that was cut out of a vintage dresser scarf. that I had around here, and I just cut the flower, and it was the perfect thing. I knew I wanted to use a lot of pink in this journal. And by the way, if you're interested in buying one of my unembellished journals, I will have these 3 for sale until I start working on them. Once I start working on them, they you'll have to wait until I get through playing with them to have them. But if you want one of them, just tell me if you want it the way it is now, or if you want it after I put the pockets and everything in it. But I used a lot of the original illustrations and pages. I've got the table of contents in all 3 of them. And this is the last 3 that I'm making from the full Reader's Digest book. My next project, I've got 14 Reader's Digest journal covers. I've only got the covers. I don't have the book blocks, so they're going to be, they will not be embellished like this when you get it. But anyway, I've got lots of the original illustrations. This is totally inked, and then I stamped it. You may not be able to see it, but it's dragonflies on it. This is a fold out that's already in it. This is the title page from one of the condensed books that's in this Reader's Digest book. This is a vintage sheet music. This is some hand-dyed paper that I did a while back. This is just a stamp page, original illustration. Franken page where I connected scraps together. Another original illustration. Original print from the original book. This is pink lemonade dyed paper. Another flip up. Okay, and the second signature is pretty much the same. I've got stenciled, inked and stenciled pages. I've got lots of pages with the title pages from the original book. Flip ups. Stop over. So this book is Volume 1, 1957 Winter Selections, Reader's Digest Condensed Book. I'm calling it the black and gray. As I'm working with it right now, I'm calling it the black and gray. This one, the cover, I had an old hanky that, and I did it with both of these. This was a silk hanky that was quite large, silk hanky, but it had holes in it, and it's very, very, very thin. You could almost see through it. And I fussy cut out those fabric from the old hanky and attached it to the front of it for the decorations. And I really, I'd never done anything like that, and I really liked the way it turned out, and I think that was awful fun. This one's going to have, if I finish it off, and it'll have this green, hunter green ribbon. I'm calling this one the green and gold, and this one is the brown and black is what I'm calling it, or brown and beige. Brown and beige, it does, so most of it is neutral tones. It does have some other things in it, but green and gold mostly. Quick flip through on that one, and this one has some flip outs, a couple of flip outs in it already. So I started the interactive elements, but I haven't hand-dyed paper. Stamped. The back of that hand-dyed paper. You probably can't see it up. This has been stamped with a floral design. Flip up. This is collaged tissue paper from Sewing Patterns on top of that. Bloomers. It was a sewing pattern for doll clothes is what it was. And dyed paper. Another flip up. So I'm going to be setting these aside for about a week while I finish up the other two. So if you're interested in one of these that are before I do anything to them, better let me know now, because next week, not this coming up week, but the week after that, I'll probably start working on these three if you're interested in them. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and put a thumbs up on it for me. It helps me. And leave a comment. I love hearing from you, and I like to know what you think and about what I'm doing. And if you subscribe, it would make me so happy. You have a great day. Bye-bye.